How's it going? I just pulled out one of the toys I've been hiding for a while. I actually haven't had a chance to turn it on and make sure it works. I basically got it for free when I bought a Miller Dynasty, no, not Dynasty, Maxstar, DC only, TIG box, which is going to be coming over to the shop soon. But it works. It's clamped on nice and good. It might have been loud, but it runs pretty well so far. I haven't cut anything with it, obviously, but it is a Rotabroach 10904. I love these things. I have some plans for it, for some interesting tube notching applications. It does need to be cleaned up, obviously. It's been run hard and put away wet, but it came with a whole bunch of bits. It even came with some lube in the case, and it has the original T-handle. So it's not a bad deal for what I paid for it. That's for darn sure, because like I said, I basically bought the TIG welder and got this for free from a fellow welder who needed money more than he needed this stuff anymore. So that's that. It's good to see that it works, clamps on. And it's on top of Weld Table Fab Block. It's good height for working on. A little tall for welding, at least TIG welding, because I'd like to be able to sit down on a stool or something. Anything tall is going to be annoying, but you know what? It's better than not having anything to weld on. So I probably haven't really actually talked about this thing. This is Jawhorse by Rockwell. It's evidently a knockoff of another design. I actually don't know what the original one was. However, this sucker works really well. It's a foot activated clamp system. You push down on that. When it's not locked, you just slide it back out of the way. Clamps down supposedly with 3,000 pounds. You lock it in place. Can't push it anymore. This thing is absolutely fantastic to use. I really enjoy having it around. It's great for all sorts of stuff. They have videos of this type of thing on YouTube. If you need something to hold stuff while you're working on it, and you don't have a traditional vise, this it doesn't have as much clamping force, obviously, but for a portable thing that you can also even flip around, so you can grip. I forget what this capacity is. They actually have one that'll hold a whole 4x8 sheet of plywood or whatever that has a longer back on it. Works really well. I got it for Christmas a few years ago, and I haven't used it much, but when I have needed it, it's been really fantastic. So another update is the color is back to the stairs. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to paint the rest of this. We'll see. But yeah, the color's on the wall. I think it looks good. I'm still getting the hang of the paint sprayer, and with this really rough cinder block surface, there's still spots that I didn't get. I don't know if it'll show up in the video, but oh yeah, it will. Right along the column, I didn't spray it well enough over there. That's not the sprayer's fault, that's just mine. You can see I didn't overlap enough right in there. So that's about that. I'm starting to move. Well, the reason why I put that together is I got sick of moving all the pieces around. So I can actually start on this whole wall, moving everything back over to this side, and getting the truck out of the way, because I don't really feel like getting overspray on that. But yeah, this side will actually probably be easier than the other side, mostly because I actually have a little bit more of a clue what I was doing. I ended up taping this up, taping and masking, and the line's not perfect. It's actually a lot cleaner than the other side, except I did get a little bit of creep in this corner because it wasn't squished down enough, but I'll watch that for the next side. And honestly, just having this one wall done, I love it. Yeah, I still haven't gotten the restroom taken care of. Race season is well on its way. Of course, I've still got work to do on the cars, but I've got a break in between the next race that I'm supporting, and the car has to be ready. So there's some stuff that we'll be doing, and yeah. So the other thing that I've been doing is slowly getting stuff assembled for the office over here that I'm going to be sharing with my fiance. But that's just neither here nor there. Slowly trickling things from various locations here. Got like a kitchen table and some chairs that I'm going to be setting up, and various stuff that I just don't have another home for right now. Projects in here. I got this that I'm going to be installing eventually into the truck. You might think that's a little crazy, but I don't care. I have my reasons. Something happening sooner rather than later is a header build, so that's going to be coming up. I've got some angle and some channel to build some fixturing, on some plate too to build some fixturing stuff for a couple of header manifold projects. So that's going to be coming up soon. And yeah, I just got to move this stuff. I also got to return the power washer to my brother-in-law, so that's going to be employed very shortly, taking care of cleaning off this wall, because it definitely looks like it hasn't been dusted or blown off in the 15 years that the previous tenant had actually been here. So yeah, that's pretty much where I am today. Haven't had as much updates between the racing stuff and a lot of wedding prep stuff, because I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I'm getting married in September. Most of that is actually pretty well underway. It's not done, obviously. It's never done, but yeah, that's it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a really fun wedding. And you're probably not going to see too much of that on this channel. I tend to try to keep some of my personal stuff out of here. The truck is running better. I replaced the idle air control valve. It actually idles now, which is fantastic. I was idling somewhere between 2500 and 3000 RPM. Didn't want to idle down, so that actually, and it even drives a little bit better now. But now that it's doing that, I gotta take care of the muffler, because that fell apart, and probably rebleed the clutch line just to make sure there's no air bubbles in it, and then I can go get this thing registered, because I need that, because there's a lot of tools out there that I want to get. I just have to keep in mind what the budget is for all that, but having a truck makes that a whole lot easier. And one of the other things, one thing that I don't like about this shop area is that there's this big dip that just all this concrete move is sloped towards the building, and all this crud picks up, and you can see I was weeding because I had knee-high weeds there that kind of got annoying. That's not my favorite thing. I don't think that's presentable. And after I get the inside of the shop taken care of, I'm probably going to pull this door off and sand it and paint it, because it looks horrible, and there's gaps all the way around it, and some of the wood's trim is rotting, and I hate that. That's just not how I'd like people to show up into the place that I'm working and, doing work. It's not the end of the world, but it's not the best store by any stretch of the imagination. So that's the state of the shop, and yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff going on using impact driver. I like this. This is fast and pretty darn powerful. It's handy to get one of those adapters for a 3/8. I have them for 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch drive. Doesn't replace this Milwaukee M12 that I am absolutely in love with, just because this is a lot shorter with stick out. And I've actually been using the 1/2 inch drive with a mortar thing to actually mix the paint. And it works really well. Just don't have to, with this thing it's 3-speed. I don't put it on 3, the highest speed, excuse me, because it ends up sending paint everywhere, and ask me how I found out. So yeah, that's gonna be some of the stuff. Finally, I have something to really weld on. I've got a lot in the works, obviously, and yes, I'm slow. A lot of people probably could have done all this faster, but they're probably, yeah, I'm just learning to juggle all the stuff going on. I'm new at a lot of this, have a lot of plans, but figuring out what to do first is sometimes a bit overwhelming. But hey, that's life, and I got to do it, otherwise this isn't going to last forever. But yeah, here's the state of the shop. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Shop is almost ready for business. If you're in New Jersey, Connecticut, Eastern Pennsylvania, Delaware, maybe Virginia, up to Massachusetts, up that way, if you need something done on a race car or just something done in general, message me. I'm pretty open to traveling. That's what I've been doing for a while on the weekends. I like doing it, and overall it's just it's work. If it pays and it makes sense to do, I'll probably do it. I enjoy a wide variety of things that welding and fabricating and all sorts of metal work has to offer, and that's one of the reasons why I don't think I want to do anything else with the rest of my life. So hit me up if you have any questions. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz you keep hearing over and over again. And I look forward to hearing from all you folks out there. So have a great weekend and rock on.